everybody. It's me, Savvy. Hello, Internet. I'm home this afternoon and felt like playing a game. So I'm gonna do it here on the Internet with you. I have no idea how loud this game is. So we're gonna do some experiments. Hi. I'm glad to be here. I have after gym energy and coffee and a video game I've never played before. We're gonna have a good time. A thing I want to say before we start, I'm playing Stanley Parable today. This is the Ultra Deluxe edition. I don't know what makes it deluxe because I've never played the Stanley Parable before, so we're going into this with no knowledge whatsoever, except that there is someone named Stanley, and this is a parable about him. I put it on the screen, up at the very top. Don't backseat me. Don't post spoilers in the chat. I will ban you. I'm not joking. I know you guys wouldn't do that, but just in case there's anybody that hasn't like been here before, any first time chatters, please don't backseat me. I will just kick you out, and that won't be any fun for me or you. But other than that, we're just gonna have a good chill time being Stanley, I think, is what we're doing. So this is fun. I did the setup part before stream because it's boring. But there's a couple of fun things when you set up this game. I did set up the subtitles and everything, so hopefully everybody can read them okay if you need them. If you need to change the size or whatever, just let me know. And we'll just work on the sound and make sure we can hear everything. It did have me choose whether or not I had played the Stanley Parable before we started. And I clicked no, so I'm not sure what the difference is, but that happened. I wanted everyone to know about it. We're gonna begin the game. And we'll do some sound balancing and stuff. I'm gonna play with a controller.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor at his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. Stanley was happy.
As long as you're happy. I'm not here to tell you.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay. I turned it down a little bit. Tell me if that's better. So where's Stanley? I'm wondering if I should have turned the reticle on. But we'll see. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yeah, I can turn myself up. Hold, please. Okay. We'll do a little more. Tell me how that is. Does that mug say... No, it says who farted. It does not say who died. Okay, great. If we need to adjust anything else, we'll do so. That one's number one. Stanley, like, moves. Stanley is very fast and very fluid. Can I?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Oh no. Don't be mean to me. I've never played this game before. I'm looking for my coworkers. This game, yes, this game is bullying me already. It's been like 2 minutes. Somebody left their computer on. Fuck. I just want to know if that mug says fuck. That's so much to ask. Stanley. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, but what if I don't? What happens if I go on the door on the right instead? Should I find out? Yes,
This
obviously.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Every single door in this place is locked. They're all locked. I hate this office. Hello.
Ah, yes.
This is nice.
Truly a room worth admiring.
I've
It
never...
had really been worth the detour after all.
Don't
just to
sass
spend
me.
a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
I have never
Stanley
worked
simply stood here,
in a
drinking it all in.
place with this nice an employee lounge. Or a break room. Okay. Continue on.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Alright. Hold on, I'll go there in a second.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
This game's gonna be mad at me. Okay. Oh, well, let's go this way. You shut the door behind me. What am I supposed to do? Do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop. I'm not lying. I've never lied before in my life. Well, here's the thing. You shut the door behind me, so now we're gonna go this way. Do not jump from the cargo lift while its emotion will cause death. The urge to jump off is so strong. How are you who's gonna pay the $5,000 if I jump off? Not me. I will be dead.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've
Oh,
gotten
the
off
urge
on
to
the wrong
jump off
foot
is so
here.
strong.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
I'm not gonna do it. I don't want
realize
Stanley
that
to die.
investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who is she? Oh god, I want to jump off this so bad. Should I jump off this? Yeah, if I live, I'll have to pay $5,000. I'm gonna jump off it.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Yay!
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Very good. Okay. All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Okay.
Stanley
I'll go through the door
decided to
this
go
time.
to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
How long have I been playing? About 5 minutes
When
or so.
Stanley came
Not
to
very
a
long.
set of 2 open doors,
I just started.
he entered the door on his left.
Okay, we'll do it this time. Stanley is a smooth walking.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Yeah, literally the first thing I did was not follow instructions, get on a lift, and jump to my death. How to solve a dispute. Using slides to ensure... Okay. I can't sit here and read everything. I just want... Oh, finally a door opened!
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he
boring
turned
door.
around and got back on track.
Now is
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
They lock every goddamn door in this building. Whoa. Okay, Dr. Sleep.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Oh, can I sit in your chair?
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
This feels like a trick, but okay.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Okay.
Amazing. He stepped into the
Amazing.
newly opened passageway.
What opened? Oh. Is there any... There's like... I don't think these are real books. Okay. I'll do it your way for now. This is like Prey. Is it just very dark, or am I gonna fall to my death? It's just dark. Okay.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Last time I tried to
Why
think
did
for
he
myself,
feel
you
this
got mad at
now,
me.
when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay. Ooh. Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I mean, no, No, he doesn't want to walk into a mind control facility. This seems sketchy. This game's gonna make me make choices, huh? I want to see what's in there. Okay. Is this like a Cerebro type deal, or what's going on? Stanley, how long have you worked
The
here? You
lights
didn't know all
rose
this
on
was
an
in here?
enormous room packed with television screens.
Whoa.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
This game is literally just making choices. I told you guys, I know nothing about this game except for is about someone named Stanley. Hello. Okay, I wish I could read that. It's too little. Obviously, I'm gonna press the
Now the
button.
monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Oh, somebody got fired. I'm sorry, 104. That sucks. Alright.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Well, so far I'm just seeing a lot of
Had Stanley been under
cameras.
someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job?
There's no real evidence that I'm
had
being
been
mind controlled,
manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Other than the sign. There's no real sort of evidence of mind
The
control.
heart of the
There's a bunch of
operation.
cameras.
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Would he, though? Can't press any of the buttons. Wow. So many buttons in here. Ooh. Oh, come on. Why would I not? Why can I put this here and you not let me press it? You monsters. Stanley, we have a real opportunity here. I'm just saying.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
What happened to all my coworkers, though? Did they die? Now, hear me out. What if Stanley was in control?
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Vengeance.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave.
Well, I didn't.
If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
I would, yeah.
A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway.
I've already died
I'll
once
tell you
and come
exactly
back,
what
so...
happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing.
This is some real-life
Watching
power
you try to make
trippy stuff.
sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Of course it is.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen
I
to
think
screen,
running is a strong
clicking on
word for what I'm
every little thing
doing.
in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door.
It wouldn't let
Everything,
me press
anything,
the red
something
button.
here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death.
Okay, but it
You're
keeps
only still
going back
playing
up,
instead of watching a
so-
cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless.
Listen,
To
I don't
see
like
you
your
made
attitude.
humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the
Shaking
moment
so
we fade in
much.
until the moment I say, happily ever after.
That seemed a little excessive. I'm just saying.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yeah,
what could it mean?
yeah. All
Stanley
his
decided to go
coworkers
to
were
the
gone.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm gonna go through the wrong door again, and there's nothing you can do to stop me.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I have no idea
Perhaps
what
he wanted to
buttons.
stop by the employee lounge first.
I
just
only
to
saw
admire it.
buttons up to number 5.
Wow. Yes. This room.
Yes, I like
what a
this
beautiful
room.
room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
I will stand here forever.
But eager to get back to business,
wanna open
Stanley
doors.
took the first open door on his left.
That is okay. I haven't done that yet.
And so he detoured through the maintenance
what
section,
happens. Ooh.
walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
No, he didn't.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track.
He
So
did.
now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
You gonna shut this door on me?
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now let's
This guy's a
see.
real
Down,
jackass.
Right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Are you sure? Okay. Oh, I'm here again.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
No, I was in here before.
Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay.
I only did
From
one
the top.
thing. I only did like one thing you didn't like. You sent me all the way back. Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yes.
What could it mean?
Yes.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
He is being a DM right now. Listen. Oh, I didn't try to go in room 420. Oh, come on. Let Stanley in. Let Stanley in. Okay. There's a lot of ladders in this place. Okay.
When Stanley... Wait, what?
You didn't open the doors.
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No.
Did you move the story somewhere, or...
I didn't do
Hold
shit
on.
this time.
Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
This is on you.
It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure.
It's an adventure.
Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Ooh. Inner guilt. Everyone knows what you did. They're just holding back to let you torture yourself. Good. Excellent.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before.
It's not my fault.
Do we need to restart the game again?
Please don't.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
No. Put me back. You. Put me back.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
That's my birthday.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Now I can't. Now it's not even letting me try to open the door. Oh, wait. No. No. This place is a mess.
Okay, yep, it's worse.
Well, okay.
I might be remembering this wrong.
Now there's no doors.
It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
When I hang around back there, you get mad because I'm taking too long. Alright, we'll go back. There's the ladder again. I hate Mondays. Okay. So if people... Okay. So if my coworkers did just, like, up and disappear... Is this office, like, always this messy? Because this is pretty terrible. There's just, like... Who did this?
Aha! I knew we'd miss
This
something.
is just papers all the
The
way.
story. Here it comes.
Okay, this is not where I came from, though. Cool pictures. Oh, that seems ominous. Alright, Stanley. Here we go.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Are you still mad at me because of the bomb thing? Is that what this is? Are you making me run around in circles because I baited you into blowing up the entire facility? Is there there's a crouch button? Is there a zoom button of some kind? No. I'm using a controller. I can see if there's one on the keyboard. Interact, auto walk. No, no zoom. Unfortunately. Resume the game, please. But I can stand really close to it. Does that help? Okay, now the door's going to a different place. Okay. No, this has a little bit of Resident Evil to it.
Now well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
I think...
Do you remember, Stanley?
Yeah, I remember
Well,
you having a bad attitude.
Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yay!
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
I did.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all.
You need to learn a little bit of
We both know
flexibility.
you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Okay. It says... It's the company that made the clock. I can't read.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Okay.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
You know... Does the narrator have a name? I wish I knew what your name was so I could call you by your name. You know full well. No, that's not usually the way we go. Alright. I'll do it this time. I'm following the line.
The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction.
Just kidding.
Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there?
Yeah.
Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
Yes.
Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
That sounds great. Bud, your music is super loud.
cut the music.
Thank you.
Go back and look at that fern.
Why?
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully.
I
You
feel like
won't
this
want to
guy's
miss
fucking with
anything.
me. Oh, hi, Adam. It's me. Welcome. Playing the Stanley Parable.
Wait, what? We're back at the office?
Bruh.
No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Every time I do it your way, stuff gets fucked up. Every time I do it my way, we have a fun, good time. I'm gonna follow the line, but I'm telling you, my way was much more exciting.
No, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after
I
everything
didn't.
we've been through, you... Oh, I can't
That one
take this
monitor
anymore.
keeps
To hell
staying
with it.
on.
Restart.
I want to know why 234 keeps staying on. Can I get to 234? I'm on 4. No, fuck your line.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story?
I tried
Something
that, and
exciting,
you got pissed and
daring,
blew me up.
mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know.
Oh my
How about
goodness.
this direction?
Okay. Alright. I'll play your game. But I'm gonna try to open all the doors first.
Now,
Alrighty.
yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path.
It's not
a new
exciting. This
story.
hallway
Well,
doesn't
it
even
could
have
be anything.
paintings.
What do you want our story to be?
I wanted
Go
it to be
wild.
fun with
Use your
me in control of the
imagination.
mind control
Whatever it
machine.
might be, Stanley, I'm ready for
You
it.
said, no, fuck you. You have to do it my way. I still don't know what to call you.
Oh, no, not you again.
Hi, Line.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story.
No, I like the line.
No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it. We should be fine.
TM after it's very funny. Hi, Line. No, I like the line. It's kind of doing its own thing. It's having fun. Ooh. Can I? Can't jump, so I'm afraid the line is gonna, like, try to murder me or something.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here.
I'm sorry,
Just
is
walk
this...
in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here.
I'm pretty
And
sure
that,
it's
in
called the
turn,
Stanley
means
Parable
that
and not
our
the narrator
destination
parable.
corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door
Sorry.
lead us to where we're going?
Spin
And
in
since
circles.
the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Okay. Are we sure it's not this one, though? Alright.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight
After a long time,
times?
Stanley dies. Oh, buddy, you
That's
haven't
really
met me
how
before.
all
We're gonna
this
restart a
goes?
lot more than 8 times.
It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Welcome to being Stanley.
And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule?
I mean, it had to have been you, right?
No. Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Nah.
So, okay.
Nothing's gonna get Stanley.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
Adventurers don't wait
Sure
around.
the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually.
You're just gonna make me stand
Well,
here.
in the meantime, if you...
Oop! What was that? Narrator? Hello? Oh no.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Did you forget? Oh no. Oh no.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
That big. Is that a pencil sharpener? Stanley can really squat, huh? That's an intense crouch. Or a birdhouse for tiny birds. Okay. So time is progressing like a little bit. Yeah. I think. Okay. When are you gonna let me go in room 420?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office.
You know
but
it.
it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Oh, I'm gonna keep doing it. Oh. Interesting. Let me type. Let me type. No? They really like these who farted mugs, huh? Okay. Can I go? No, that's where we went. That's where the line took us. Oh, somebody's in there playing solitaire. Okay. There's the ladder. Ah, the line! Hey! Let me in. What?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright. We'll do it this time. Okay, there's no one in the meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
What do people want? Things? Happy feelings, Violet James, you are fired. Money, more money. Things, but with money to buy more things. Graphs. Graphs about things and money. That's it, yeah. Everyone is unique. Yes, look at all of these unique people. Okay. Let me in.
Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
I think it's because I've been playing Fallout 4 again recently, and so every time I see, like, a roll of duct tape, I get extremely excited. Because if you're not playing with mods, adhesive is hard to find. There's got to be something in here. It's one of the only doors that opens. Can I touch this? Can I touch this? That's a big wrench. Can I take that? Stanley needs a weapon. Broom? Broom? Alright. I just want to take stuff.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Or downstairs into hell. Nope, we're going this way. Hello?
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Nope.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
I'm starting to think everybody got raptured or something.
Stanley.
How did that car get in there? I have no idea.
Maybe I am crazy.
I thought it was going to be like
all
the
of my
parking
coworkers
garage.
Blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment.
And then it
for
was
no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
Why does that one say B instead of 3?
He imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
You guys don't narrate your whole lives?
Describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley.
This guy really goes on,
After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream.
I don't think
Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
I get the feeling this isn't going to
work. This dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife
Stanley's
and my
married?
job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Oh no, Stanley!
Stanley began screaming.
Oh, Stanley.
Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh, Stanley, no. If I wake up in this office again, I'm gonna scream.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Sorry?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed,
What?
gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man.
Did Stanley
who had
die
stumbled
again?
through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange
Stanley,
man.
no!
He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like.
Oh, sure.
And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't.
Do you?
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this
Just
man
saying.
made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Sorry, Stanley. That time I did not actively mean to get you killed. Okay. Stanley. I'm sorry. I think poor Stanley probably deserves better than for me to be in control of him. I want to go in that door.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand.
Oh, it's different.
It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
Yeah. That's fine. We're gonna try 420. Nope.
Stanley went around touching
Yeah,
every
okay. I know
little
you don't
thing
like
in
it
the
when I try to
office,
open the doors.
But it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Gonna press him though. Gonna do it.
When Stanley came to
Absolutely
a set of
not.
2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I do. It's my favorite room in the building. We're gonna go back. I hate seeing open doors and not being able to get to them. Okay. Hello, friends that are joining us in chat. We're just gonna get all the death endings. Yep, have you met me?
The lounge was sublime, a work of art.
It's beautiful. I love
What
it in
was
here.
it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley?
Spite.
Its grace, its subtle charm.
My hatred of
No.
you.
Stanley knew it was something deeper, something darker.
Okay, I'm trying to...
Yes, really,
Shut up.
really worth it being here in the room.
What is it about
A
this
room
place?
so utterly captivating
weeks I've spent
that even
here,
though all your co-workers have mysteriously
feel
vanished,
like
here you sit looking at
mere
these chairs
seconds.
and some paintings. Really worth it.
Okay, I'm not gonna try to read the rest of it, but I'm sure it's very dramatic. We'll move on.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, no, it doesn't look like the time's actually changing. I do keep dying.
And so he detoured through the
Alright.
maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Back on track. Alright, here's the meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay. No! Hey! Oh, let me in. Now I just want to go in there more. I can't have it, and now I want it very badly. I should have picked up a hammer or something last time. All right, we'll go upstairs.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Which is extremely fancy. I don't think I went this way last time. Yes! To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick just one. Extreme bathrooms. I like time. Just as a clock on it. This is a fancy bathroom. Your mirror's busted. All right. Hello? Hello? Elevator. Up or down? Chat, up or down? Up. Down. Up. Up. The ups have it. We're going up. We'll go down next time. It's my favorite song. Now I'm listening. What does it say? So the narrator's singing along. Oh no. I might have trapped myself in an elevator. Oh, that's very good. Alright. Oh no! Oh, does the elevator not go anywhere? That's funny. Stanley. Okay. Well, that was fun. I don't want to stay in the elevator anymore. That's... Graphs! Graphs! The elevator just vibrates. That's very funny. It's just like, just shaking. Not going anywhere.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Yeah.
What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, This keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
He sure did. Like a boss. Stanley, you're doing great. Anything else in here? It is dark. Dark, dark, dark. Here we go. We're doing it.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No, I did that already. Gonna go through the door that says escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Bet. Let's go. I'm not afraid.
The door behind him was not shut.
I ain't afraid.
Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Literally the first thing I did was jump off of a platform to my death. What did you think I was gonna do? Yes. Hello?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Why are you so mad,
Stanley
bro?
can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this
It just won't let me go.
Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
How are your legs not
So
shattered?
he
I don't know. How do I
resigned
keep coming
and
back to
willingly
life?
accepted this violent end to his
Crush
brutal
me!
shadow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Crush me! Do it! I dare you! Do it if you're bad. Yeah. Yeah.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
Who's this?
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Who was this? What's this? Oh.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
So dark.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh no. Blueprint of the office. Stanley's computer. Filing cabinets. Yeah, see? Well, we got solitaire. Office doors. Can I open these? No. Buttons. Fun sounds. Oh, hello. Hello, hello everyone who made this game. Very nice, well done. This is fun. It's like a little museum. The maintenance room. There's that elevator that I love very much. Fun. In early development, we designed an ending where Stanley ended up on a battle fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and wage war against the narrator. It was far too jokey and on the nose. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters. That's funny. Stanley, do you think you've really been dead this whole time? Bones. I just want to touch everything is the problem. Beep. Okay.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Okay. What if I turn it off? What if I just turn it off? Then perhaps Stanley will stay dead.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Splat. Oh, I'm Flat Stanley now. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could
Narrator,
it mean?
you're back.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Who was the lady? Stanley, we're gonna figure this out, buddy. Don't let me open the doors.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
All right.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Do it your way.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Ah. One day you'll let me back in.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I must be imagining things. Yep. This game's only gaslighting me a little bit. A little bit of gaslighting.
The moment
That's a
he
treat.
entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks.
Okay.
Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and
No, he
survey
didn't.
the situation,
He's fine.
he found a keypad behind the boss's desk.
He did.
What could it mean?
What could it
Was it a
mean,
sign of hope
Stanley?
for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad
Anything
guarded
else in
the
here?
terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845.
Oh, 4-5.
Statistically, nearly impossible to guess blindly, ever. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to
I did
input
it.
the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Go in. Get in the elevator. I tried pressing the up button. All right, Stanley. Here we go. That noise scares me every time.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're going. Mind control facility. Is this? Yes, this is Ultra Deluxe.
The lights rose on
Stanley
an
Parable
enormous
Ultra
room
Deluxe.
packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley
It's
thought to
cameras. It holds
himself.
cameras.
Did he have the strength to find out?
Yeah, this one has more stuff in it, allegedly. 'Cause it's the Ultra Deluxe version. It does ask you at the beginning whether or not you've played the Stanley Parable before. And I'm assuming caters to whether or not you know what you're doing.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of
Where is
so
it?
many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place.
That one. That
where
one's- is it
freedom
just
meant
busted?
Nothing.
234? I guess maybe it's just busted. Because the picture comes on. Okay.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be
Again,
true. Had
it just,
Stanley really
the
been
door
under someone's
said mind
control all
control
this
facility,
time?
and then I walked
Was
in
this
and
the
there were
only
a bunch of
reason he was
cameras.
happy with his boring job?
But I
That his
don't-
emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I still don't feel like I have evidence that this is controlling anybody. I feel like this narrator
No.
really has a specific story he
refused
wants to
to
tell.
believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
But he
it
might
was
be,
unthinkable, wasn't
like,
it? Was it
missing
even
the
possible?
opportunity to drop
Had
some
he
clues
truly
so I can
spent
follow
his
what's going on?
entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yep. That wouldn't surprise me.
But
Here we
here
are.
is the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay, let's do it. Are you happy? Are you satisfied with my work, sir? I turned it off.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. had won. He had defeated the machine.
I did it.
Unshackled himself from someone else's command.
I win.
Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp?
What was
What
behind
other
door
mysteries did this
420?
strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he
Stanley.
needed to know.
Live your life.
It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
It's outside.
Stanley
out.
felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Good for him. Or was he?
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Won't he, though? Alright. Bring the line back. Alright. Ooh. New content, you say?
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I don't know. What does it mean? Ooh. New content, new content.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Yeah.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Yeah.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Okay.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Me too, buddy.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or...
There it goes.
Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready.
All right.
Let's do it.
Go up, Baldy. Here we go.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content.
Let's
Give
see
me
the
the content,
content.
Stanley.
Yes, here we go. Stanley. Content. All right. New content.
All right. All right, let's
jump
see it.
circle.
The jump circle?
I can jump? Well, obviously we're gonna do all of them. Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hey! Okay.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Excuse me? Excuse me. Heck. Okay. Well, that wasn't fun at all. Elevator. Here we go.
Goodness. Another elevator.
Oh, we're going up again.
Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive.
Well, I didn't make
It's just
it.
elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
Don't say
If this is
Stanley.
new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there.
Everything's
Hell, I
content.
could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Oh, the time's different. It's been 5 whole minutes.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their
thank you
fan
for
base
enjoying your
rush a
content.
cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally
Hold them
accountable.
personally
It's my
accountable.
fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations.
But the jump
If you're
circle.
still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
Please don't reset
No
me
frills,
again.
no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
That was very funny. Oh! Narrator? You fucked it up. This is not where I'm supposed to start, sir. What did you do? How am I gonna try to... Not gonna be able to go through door 420. Or the one that had my birthday on it.
Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
That sounds like a good way to get eaten by an alien or something. Okay. Here we go. Alien isolation. Why is there a coffee cup in here? Who was drinking coffee in the vents?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be?
I
Well, it
had a
got me
great time in
thinking
the
about
jump
the
circle,
past
personally.
And how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Whoa. What is this? What's this? What's this? Yeah, I love just sitting in the vents and drinking coffee. It's so warm.
I
in there.
call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want.
Is beautiful.
Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Is beautiful out here. The memory zone. No? You really don't want me to touch anything, do you? Oh, look!
You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something.
Back
Oh,
then,
waste.
I didn't have time to play video games. I was in college. And as a theater major, I sold my soul. And all my time. The Steam page. This is fun. Look at an award. Look. Is that a BAFTA? They stole a BAFTA. You can't just have that. That's for film and TV. The original remake. Smile because it happened. Wow, Stanley. That's probably the first dollar you ever made. Aw, let me play the demo. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. Boy, howdy. It is impossible to get this achievement. Deals tough choices. I like the memory zone, my dude. You did a great job. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Okay.
Je suis dans la memory zone, seul sur l'abri des loups, et je n'attends plus que toi, mon amour. C'est là.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the
Is this
original
song, like,
Stanley
partially
Parable
in French?
was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing.
It's not nothing.
It's no games at all.
We've been playing it
It
for
isn't
like an
even
hour
the
and a
Stanley
half.
Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
I don't think that's true. Ooh. Let me in. I keep thinking that if I just press it enough, that he'll let me into one of these doors. Let's see. What's in the box? What's in the box? With top 10 memories from the Stanley Parable.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone.
Aren't you the
to
one
spend
making
the
the
rest
game,
of
though?
time
I'm
collecting
confused.
dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Alrighty. Can I... Excuse me. I wanna go in there. The serious room. I wanna go in the serious room.
These were simpler times, Stanley.
Let me go in the serious
But
room.
I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again.
Yes. Yes.
Wait, hang on.
I'm in.
I don't recall this part of the memory zone before.
I'm in.
What's this? What's down here?
Soda.
Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh no. Don't read those. Oh, a bad one.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Holy shit. Oh, there's so many of them. Oh, this is very funny. This game's too meta for its own good. I wish I could still jump. I want a big jump circle. That is a good one. There's a thumbs up.
Okay, let's see what this one says.
Oh no, you should read the positive
While
ones.
the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can.
I don't know if
Goodness.
preachy is the right
This is
word.
actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record.
You did murder me
I
at
feel
least once.
Like a failure. Like I let these people down.
Well, good news for you.
Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as
Played more
sterling
than
as
2
I've always
hours, so
remembered.
you're not getting a refund, buddy. I think it's still 2 hours on Steam. I don't return games that often. I keep thinking about the way he said unfunny. He's like so pressed. He was just so mad. Ugh, I don't want you to read another bad review. I'm starting to feel bad for the narrator, you guys. I feel kind of sad for him.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Skip button. Indeed. Funny.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot.
Okay.
I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you with just the Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should
He's
say
gonna
that the
get mad
amount
at
of
me.
time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself
Well, let me
about.
out of
I
this
know
room.
it's
We'll do
shocking,
something
isn't
else.
it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated,
Okay.
and we can say goodbye to it
Okay.
and just... Wait, how do we get out of here?
Didn't you make the
Where did
game?
the
Can't you
door
just
go?
give me a door?
Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel
I
quite certain that
am
there was
getting
one here before.
some serious
How
mixed
else
messages
would we
about
have
how much
gotten into
control
the
this guy
room in
has
the
over the
first
game.
place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window, or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole?
No,
A
I don't.
sufficiently large crack in the wall?
No, I
I'll
don't.
take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go
Okay.
anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before,
Are you just
wasn't
gonna keep
there?
talking about
I
the door?
swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a
Oh,
wall?
yeah, I'll just
Is there
ram
any
my way
possibility
through a
that
wall.
you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all.
Stanley
I'm
can't even
asking
jump.
you to
What
work
are you...
with me here. We need... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there.
no.
I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but
Okay.
they're really, truly getting longer. And my God, there's no way out of the room.
Just gonna have
Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone.
We're just gonna have to skip.
I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley.
Oh, we're gonna
There's
skip
no
our way
door.
out.
There's just you and the... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button.
And
That's
boy,
what
do
I'm
I love it.
realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along?
Wow, he just keeps
Perhaps.
going.
Yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me.
Buddy, I'm gonna have to press
When
the
you
button
press
again.
that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended.
I'm also
in its
curious how long these
unyielding
really go.
quietness. I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and decaying. I can tell that I am becoming less and less real. Yet to speak to you now, I am alive. I am truly and completely here. I am a being. I am someone. I am something. I am being listened to. I am being recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed, and I feel right now like I am not a work of fiction. I feel as though I occupy space in this world again, and I have cast a shadow onto the wall. You see what I'm saying, don't you? You can see what this means to me.
I can.
I'm so clear about it now, Stanley. I feel as certain about this as I've ever felt about anything at all. I feel renewed I feel restored,
Good.
and already I can sense the looming silence as you will press the button for the next time. What a terrible dread it strokes in my heart to think of it. To think of returning to such coldness.
Okay.
Come.
That's all I could take.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life.
That sounds terrible.
All of them collapsed down into a single...
How mad is the narrator gonna be at me? Yeah, the plant's been dead for after the week the leaves had started to fall off. Okay. What's beeping? Is it the button?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us.
Narrator?
It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But
Narrator.
then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the
Buddy.
lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world.
Buddy.
As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these
Narrator.
demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said...
I don't think he's gonna stop. Narrator? Narrator? Thought I heard something, but... Alrighty. Buddy?
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
I think I broke the narrator.
Is never the end, is never the
That doesn't seem good. Uh-oh. So, yeah, that wasn't good. That was pretty bad. blue skies smiling at me. I'm gonna sneeze. Don't sneeze into the microphone. We're good. Don't panic, everybody. Crisis averted. Man, I wish I could jump. I miss the jump circle. I'm panicking. Don't panic! This doesn't seem good. I feel like maybe skipping ultimately was bad. What was that? Okay, Stanley. Maybe we should skip that one. The button. Oh no! Oh no, what happened? Oh, Stanley. Stanley, what happened? Oh no. Well, guess we live in the desert now. It's probably been like millions of years at this point. Ah! Hey! Put me back! Ah! Oof. Thank goodness. Ah! Oh no, it's still here. I thought my computer was gone, and I got very stressed for no reason. I think this game's fucking with me a little bit.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Welcome back, narrator. The heck? Alright. Let's keep going. I'm glad you're here. Are you okay? Still nothing, huh? That's back to normal. New content. Oh, what if I go to the old content instead of the new content?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Nope.
he entered the... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Of course he does. Yay.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time
There's the note again.
understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again. Then it came
Let me
back,
read it.
and lingered for a minute or two. Now it's only half there. Just a kind of, tingle.
These people gotta stop leaving coffee cups on the floor.
Yes. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope. I'm going back in here. We haven't been in
Stanley
here
was
in a
so
while.
bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I never didn't jump off the thing. Let's do this. Okay. Oh, God, the urge to jump off is like so strong.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Yes, I got the
I
confusion
realize that
ending.
investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Has it?
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone
Oh,
you've
right,
forgotten
her.
about. Please, stop
Who is
trying
she?
to make every decision by yourself.
Is this Stanley's wife?
I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Is it my wife? Stanley, have you been neglecting your home life? Sus.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
All right.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Ugh.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
Wow.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley.
Rude.
I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
What's really going on is that you're a jackass. And that's creepy.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh no.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's
I'm gonna
eating
go back
lunch.
to the skip button
Now
and leave you
he's
in limbo
going home.
forever.
Now he's coming back to work.
Bet.
One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
You have a real...
But in his mind, in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown.
It's a weird, like, impulse to
fantastic
just hit the
discoveries
button
of
it's
new
telling me to hit.
lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
All right.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
Give me a
First,
tea
he
bag.
imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Spend time with the boys!
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through
Boys,
either.
boys, boys, boys,
At
boys.
last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions.
I missed the yellow
And
line.
down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end,
Won't even
that
let
he
me go
might
back to the
always
door.
feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
I'm afraid to know what the baby game
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself.
Oh.
But he won't listen to me. He won't stop.
I tried listening
Here,
to you, and
watch
every
this.
time I listen to
Stanley,
you...
the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Fine. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Hi, chat. How are you? I appreciate everybody refraining from backseating. You're all doing amazing. I'm glad you're here with me. We're not going to press A. Drink some water. This is a good opportunity to hydrate. I'm going to check Discord. Make sure. Oh, I have a voicemail. Wonder who that's from. Drink some water. I'm not pressing the button. I want to press the button. Playing some Tetris. Tetris is fun. Tetris was a classic. That's fun. How's everybody else doing? Good? Playing Power Wash Simulator. Never played that. It sounds like it would probably be satisfying. Also playing Tetris at work, trying to solve the mystery of the missing router. That doesn't sound as fun. But it was screwed into the ceiling and it's just gone. Somebody stole your router? The game's gonna make me press a button, isn't it? I don't want to. Should I press the button? It's amazing how easily I'll break down. Should I press the button, you guys? Is time passing on the clock? It's your choice. Press button, yes. Let's find out. Do I want to spend the rest of the time? I'm not backseating on peer pressure. I like that. That's fun energy. No, I did ask. It's not backseating. I asked. I'm gonna have to press the button. Do I think I should press it? If I press the button, the narrator is gonna give me so much shit. Push button. Push button. Alright, I'll push the button.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him
I
in
do
a
like
way that
pissing
he'll
him off, you're right.
understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself?
I tried not
How can I
pushing
get
the
him to
button.
see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
You can't make me look at myself. I can't even see my feet when I look down. To question nothing. Alright.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley.
Yeah, you're no
Not
better
so
than
different,
me.
I
We already
suppose.
had a whole conversation
I'll
about
try
this.
once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
That was grim. Grim. Here we go
All
again.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Who is this
decided
person
to go to
whose
the
desk
meeting
is
room.
just a pencil
Perhaps he
sharpener?
had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay, gotta check 420.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
I want to see the new content, but I also want to try to get into the broom closet again. Is the thing?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Go left. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Can I look at everything in here? Tomorrow. Complete today's unfinished agenda items. Right next day's agenda. Reflect. That's very funny. Ooh. How come Jim gets a name? How come Jim gets a name? Now I've been in the broom closet and Chris was not in there. Who moved my desk? I'm looking at chat. Don't be posting spoilers in there. 402 and 405 want to get rid of the death sport portion of the primary review schedule, but I think that's a stupid idea. More water cooler heaters. Charts need to be more hip to appeal to teenage demographic. Find teenagers to put in teenage demographic. Big net, some sort of child trap. No. No. No children. We're not trapping children. Okay. You're gonna let me in here. Let me in. In the broom closet. Stanley, we're gonna get into the dang broom closet. Again. Why are we trapping children? We need a teenage demographic for business. Let me in! I don't think it's gonna let me in. What was that? That was the door shutting. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Come on in there. Next time.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No. He didn't. Am I gonna get trapped in the hell dimension again?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy,
We're in hell
why had
again.
he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
Get ready for Stanley
Were
to
they
die in
simply
the street
repeating?
again.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue.
He's
He just
dreaming.
hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
Yep.
He yelled. This is all a dream.
Yep.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy.
You do
after
not have
all.
to get very far for
He
him to
thought
shut
to
the
himself,
door.
I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Let's do it.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating
music gets
everything that I'm doing and
So
thinking?
dramatic.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
I still want to know why this
And while
box
he
says
thought
B.
it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a
Yeah,
shock
no,
to Stanley.
it's always been
After
1,
all,
2, B,
he knew
4.
for
I just
certain,
don't know
beyond a
why.
doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin,
Maybe it's a
the
reference
press
to
of the
2B
mattress on
and
his back,
Nier
the
Automata.
fresh air of the
I've
world
never
outside
played
this one.
Nier,
Let me wake up,
so I would
he
not
thought to
know.
himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons.
Oh, Stanley.
Please. It's all I want.
I'm sorry I'm gonna let you
I
die
want
on the
my
sidewalk
apartment
again.
and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal.
I've heard really good things
I
about
am
Nier.
normal. Everything
We
will
just
be
never played 'em.
fine. I am okay.
Stanley, you're definitely not okay. You're about to start screaming again.
Stanley began screaming.
There he goes.
Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
It's a very dramatic sequence, and I like it.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an
Stanley.
ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew.
not-
Everyone knows
How'd
what
she
crazy
know?
people
He
look
could
like.
just be
And in
going
that
through some
moment,
stuff.
she thought to herself how lucky she was
Not
to
be mean
normal.
about it, Mariella.
I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay. New content? Narrator. Is that... Hello?
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
Excuse me? Yeah, I'm not 434. I'm 427. Narrator. Okay. Well, I don't want to go in the new content without the narrator. Buddy?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm suddenly back.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Okay.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
The future was yesterday, tomorrow is now. Profits, 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 profits. One of those. Hold on. One of those. One of those is a different kind of profits. Help, I'm a post-it. You're gonna let me in here one of these days. I'm gonna get into this dang broom closet. Well, have a good day at work, G.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his
Thank you
boss's
for
office.
joining us. It's different. Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the bosses suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Okay. Right. This painting, this business strategy. No, that's sad. I'm not going to be able to.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean, he wondered. Desperate for answers, he began turning the room over looking for clues that might unravel the situation. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Nope.
That kind of anxiety
going.
isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
We're going. Let me go.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
He did not like that. I wonder what happens if I don't answer the phone. Come on, Stanley.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
All right. It's just gonna be the same.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Yeah, I have to go back to the lift to get to the phone again.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret
Yes,
did
guys,
this
I know
place
the phone was a while back.
Stanley thought to
I'm just
himself.
thinking out loud.
Did he have the strength to find out?
Thinking out loud. Oop.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's
It cracks me
control
up
all
every
this
time he says that stuff. It's
was this
like,
the only reason he was happy with his boring
it
job?
really is
that
just a
his
bunch of
emotions
cameras.
had been manipulated to accept it
Stanley really
blindly?
jumping to conclusions. Why? Chat, why are you
No,
trying to fight each
He
other?
refused to believe it.
Don't
he
fight.
Couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control.
Don't fight.
Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
The drama.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy
know.
or
Should I
sad
go through this door?
or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and
All right.
for all.
Don't think there's anything new happening. Should I blow it up again? Are you gonna get mad at me if I blow it up again?
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go
blowing
and
it
you
up.
try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what
No.
you wanted? Control?
I'm blowing it up.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going
Drink
to have
water.
to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's
Okay.
your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I
Let's see
had
if
in
there are
mind.
more than 5
What a shame we
buttons.
have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb
Yeah,
goes
yeah,
off.
yeah.
But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good
Interesting.
mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story.
say 3.
Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly
Where's
and then
3?
dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground,
5.
swallowing everyone inside, or I
Where's
let
up
it
there?
burn
Is
to a
that 3?
crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better.
I'm ignoring
My
you.
goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't
You're
grow
so
on
loud.
trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
I feel like this
Or
probably
did you
is
just
doing
assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? But do you really believe there's an answer? How many times will you replay this bit, looking desperately for a solution?
Probably a
10,
lot.
100, 1,000? I look
3 is
forward to
blue.
finding out and to watching the bomb go off each time you fail.
I feel like
Just you and me in the retching
maybe there's
explosion
not
of
actually a
fire and
puzzle
metal
here, you
over and
guys.
over and over for all of eternity. And Stanley died again. And Stanley died again.
yeah,
And Stanley died again.
yeah, he did.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left.
Oh, I wanted to
struggle.
press the
30
buttons.
seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life? Or will you let it go peacefully?
Fine.
Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke.
shut the door in my
And
face
believe me,
again.
I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
I'm back to not liking you again, narrator. Hello again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright. Clock's still the same. Ladder. Well, let's see new content.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Excellent. Let's go. Ooh. Into the darkness. Okay. It's the elevator again. New content.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be.
I don't think
The
so. I'm
original
having a great
Stanley
time.
Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why
Whatever.
I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Wow.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Like the welcome is in quotes. Welcome.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
Taste the
Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Does it? Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. They're back. Doors! Just how I like it. New content is out. New content part 2 is in. New hotness. The color red. We love the color red. These are fun. That's a little unsettling.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
Okay.
I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
The mug is telling. I saw the investor showcase. Sequels are good. Portal 2, Half-Life 2, Batman Arkham Asylum 2, City Divinity Original Sin 2 is very good. Dark Souls 2 is very controversial. I have not played it. Some people, it's their favorite. Some people don't like it. There's a song, every pause button is a Roman numeral too. Yeah? You are the sequel. Okay. Show floor. Here we go. New feature. Why is there a bunch of seats here? Can I get on the bus? No. Okay. Here we go. 2. Hello. Stanley Parable 2.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Oh, you locked me in. I shouldn't be surprised. Okay, exclusive. The button that says the name of the player that's playing the game. Hear your name in the game.
For the Stanley Parable 2,
Okay.
I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as
It was a thing people really liked about
So
Fallout
with that
4.
in mind, my first
Say your
addition to the
character's
game
name.
is this button, which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as
Okay.
Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim,
As Jim.
seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Wow.
Yes! You see?
says
What a
Jim.
thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you.
I'm
Do it
Jim.
again. Do it again.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time.
Yes.
If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2,
I like
it would
it.
still be worth
This
the
is
money.
more fun than the jump
Let's
button.
take a break from the gym button. I'm too emotionally drained
I
from
like the
all
gym
of this
button.
personal validation.
I go through the door. No. Ooh.
Whoa there,
Jim.
cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much, Jim. I'm putting the gym button away.
No!
Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Jim.
Give it back. Ugh. Fine. Can we pretend to be Jimothy and the button is just saying our nickname? Yes, we can. We're Jimothy now.
I suppose I could allow
No
any people
screenshots.
named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Free, new, and easy achievement. Ooh, collectibles. Achievement? Okay. Let's get the infinite hole. Are you Stanley? Free achievement. Here we go.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's a simple... Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley. But
Fix
I
it.
guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel, to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
I want it. Ugh. Okay. Come on, Stanley / Jim.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
You want collectibles or infinite hole? We're going to infinite hole. Is this the door? Did I come out this door before?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Oh, you want me to pick? Get well someday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Wow. You asshole. Merch.
Maybe I should have gone with... No.
Merch,
No,
merch,
I've
merch.
made my decision. We're moving on.
Oh, the QR code. The reassurance bucket. The button says Jim. Did the collectible man move? Oh, he's spinning. Okay. I was very unsettled for a moment. Okay, infinite hole. Here we go. You want a bucket? Okay, we'll get the bucket next time. We're gonna get all of them. We'll get infinite hole. We'll get the bucket. It just keeps going.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's
Infinite
never
hole?
been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Should I jump in the hole? Whee!
see? Isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions,
little
if
unsettling.
I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top.
I want to see how low the
Maybe
sound
do it
goes.
on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
No.
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
Oh, really?
Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole.
Still alive.
You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling.
This is also
What
true.
normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't
Nope.
you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
Yep.
Look,
I'm
things got a
definitely the
little
problem.
heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite?
But it's not.
If that works for you,
Oh,
then
I didn't
go
even
ahead
fall
and
for
press
that
the
long.
teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
I didn't even fall for that. I would not call this mostly infinite.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my... Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of...
Yay!
Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time?
It did.
I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you
Yeah,
did
the
before.
light's bigger.
I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do
Hey,
here.
dude,
If
something's
you decide
wrong with
you've
the
had
infinite
enough
hole.
of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where...
Bruh.
Wow. Okay.
Something's wrong with the hole.
Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep.
It's not.
Even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here?
What's going on with the hole?
Stanley,
They said
I
it
have
was
no
infinite.
explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
It's called the infinite hole, but obviously I didn't press the button to return, so I found the bottom. And this is like the third time I've jumped in, and every time I jump in, the hole gets shorter.
Well, there it is. The shame of my life. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge?
Good.
You just do whatever
Good.
it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Good.
Is the, teleport button not working? You sure?
No.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation.
Give me the
It was
jump button
working
back.
Just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing
I
can
do.
to
I'm
fix
having a
this.
great time.
I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you
Did
could
you
ever
clip
have
me?
asked for.
I'm
It's
definitely
a
the
win
problem.
for everyone. You get to be with the hole. I get to do literally anything else.
Yay.
Take care, Stanley.
Goodbye.
I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Goodbye. How long till he comes back, do you think? we go. Oh, it is like the Haunted Mansion ride. Change your perspective. Oh! It's Stanley! Oh! Stanley! Change your perception. Oh, now it's fun! Now it's unsettling. Dinosaurs. Puppies!
Now you're no longer using up this space of mine.
Having a great time. Oh my gosh. Stanley! Ooh, I hate that. Also hate that sound.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley!
Ah!
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland.
No!
But we can't have that, Stanley.
Give it back!
Because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment.
Give it
So
back!
how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
I wish I had some sort of weapon with which to murder the narrator. Give me the whole back. Ugh.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
You took me out. Alright. Reassurance bucket it is. Bucket time. Here we go.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well,
Joke's on you. I
I'm
already
happy to
had a
say that
chaotic
after
sense of
much
reckless
consideration,
despair.
I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the
not
bucket,
fair.
a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, It's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on.
All right.
Give it a try.
Bucket time. Here we go.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
It's a bucket.
And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Come on, bucket.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game?
Are you guys happy with
that
the bucket?
Really should be an award if it isn't already.
Mostly infinite hole. Jump circle! Yes. Where's jump circle? Jump circle down. How do I get down? I'm gonna go to jump circle. Collectibles?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the
yeah.
Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Well, I don't like that. Gimme. Yes. 5 more. Here we go. Okay.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Oh, jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring
Yay!
the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well.
Now we can take the bucket
wait.
into the jump
You
circle.
already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle.
Give me more.
Oh well.
Give me more.
I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Give me more jumps. You hack. Give me more jumps. I'm carrying around your stupid bucket and I got your weird cult collectible. Let me have more jumps. You jerk. Achievement. Got the collectible. Got the... Fine, it ended. I kind of want to go jump in the hole again. Got the bucket. That's the button that says the name of the player in the game. The game is bullying me. Alright, I'm taking the bucket with me. This bucket... Hole plus bucket. Let's... Stanley, do you have a sprint button? No? Okay. Let's take the hole. Let's take the bucket and jump in the hole. No! I hate this place. Okay. Stanley just has a bucket now. Alright. That's new. Come on, Stanley. Oh, these are cool.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Yeah, let's go. It's me. No screenshots. Ooh.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game.
No, it's not, but...
I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment.
Is that true? I think I do growl
I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Jumps.
Give
me jumps.
Well,
Let me down.
I mean, there's potential here, right?
No, this is terrible.
Sort of. Okay, never mind.
This is a terrible game.
Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
Correct.
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own.
No, they won't.
They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
Okay.
Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up.
Go for it, bud.
All right, perfect.
I'm just gonna stand here with the bucket.
Take a look.
Wow. Ooh. Okay. Very nice.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
It's a skip button. I skipped you. Oh. Look at it. It's got balloons.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Bucket!
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Yeah. Got it. Hey. Trying to keep me from opening door 420.
Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley's belief in the magic of the bucket.
There is magic in the bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Come on, bucket.
Still no one was here.
Yep.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
All right, bucket. Yes! I'm in, motherfucker!
Can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard
it
it
can have
must
the
be,
bucket if it
given
needs
the
it.
pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? that your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I'd never.
I think the narrator's
Go on,
lost
Stanley.
it.
Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
No. Did the narrator ever have it? No.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go.
Ah!
There.
Property
Now
of
it's settled.
Stanley.
No more debate, no more discussion.
Excellent.
Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things. All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate.
Do it. Bucket.
See? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket.
Hell yeah.
That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Wow. It's a bucket indeed. Can I stay in here?
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us a silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
I feel like the narrator's sassing me a little bit about wanting to be in the broom closet. Yay! I don't know why this is so satisfying. Okay.
Coming
Come
to
on,
a
bucket.
staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Yep.
Was the bucket
The
guiding
bucket
him?
did it.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation. You found one of them. One of the miniature
Yes.
Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done.
Done it.
You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Ooh. I love collectibles. Come on, bucket. Let's go decide what to do with the mind control machine.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right.
We'll be fine.
The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Sound noise again. Alright,
Stanley
bucket.
and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control
Let me in.
Facility.
I just want to see what he says.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
I don't want something to happen to the bucket.
But of course, Stanley and the bucket thought better of it and realized they simply had too much to live for.
Alright, come on, Bucket. Let's go turn the machine off.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the Bucket both wondered to themselves.
Is the Bucket sentient now? The narration is getting strange.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the Bucket in shock.
My Bucket!
Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The Bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
I love the Bucket.
Was the Bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the Bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a Bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
I don't know, dog.
No! He screamed into the Bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the Bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except
Trust
for the
no
Bucket.
one except the Bucket. It's so dark.
But here was the proof. The heart of the
Come on,
operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Let's
For
do it,
he
Bucket.
and the Bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the Bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the Bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
We did it. Good job, Bucket.
Stanley and the Bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes! They had done it.
Yes.
Stanley and the Bucket had defeated their greatest and
I'm so
darkest
proud of the Bucket.
enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The Bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and... What? Wait.
What?
What was happening?
What?
Why had the door stopped?
Let me out.
Was Stanley and the Bucket not about to be freed?
What?
An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the Bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the Bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the Bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the Bucket. No, no, no. Stanley can't leave this place, not while he has such a precious Bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the Bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my Bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Well, so I can't leave with the Bucket. Oh no. Oh,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
All his coworkers.
Stanley
were
decided to
gone.
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All right, Stanley. The sequel. Oh my gosh, this is getting me. All right, everybody. I gotta end it there. for I have other things I have to do this afternoon. Thanks for hanging out. I have no idea how much is left of this. I feel like we accomplished an awful lot today, and this pleases me quite a bit. This game is really fun. I'm glad I got it. You can get it on Steam and other places. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. I'll probably return to this at some point. Put my controller down here. Yeah. So there's probably a lot more stuff to do. We'll mess around with it some more next time. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here for this off stream. If you're in chat, you can check out the GGK schedule. It's pinned to our Twitter. It's in our Discord. You can check out all of the stuff that we've done in the past on YouTube. The status of our stream tonight is kind of up in the air, unfortunately, because of the heat waves that are happening. Some folks might not be able to stream comfortably for long amounts of time, so we're figuring it out. But we should have our regular schedule, at least for the most part, for the rest of the weekend. So keep an eye on our Twitter, and we'll tell you what we're doing there. And on Discord as well, if you've joined us there. So thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. I'll see ya when I see ya. But until then, good game and good night, Internet.